is sweet. Well, I think we can compromise.
Hey everybody, this is J Dynomite, Ignite with J Dynomite, and I'm the proprietor of J Dynomite. And today I have here 5-time Grammy nominee, NAACP Selling Weed Award. He has 5 movies. He has been on. Nah, I'm just playing. But anyway, man, yeah, I have had a crazy week, and this is graduating week for my oldest son. I am officially up there. Let me just say that. Anybody want to know my age? Kiss my ass. I am officially up there.
Well, you got somebody that graduated, yes.
Yeah, and it for the most part it went well. You know, when your kid is graduating, when your kid, let's say for this, when your son or kid or any sort have these milestones like this, you never feel like you did enough for them.
I think because we feel like we don't have enough money.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I know I ain't got enough.
Because it's almost like, you're like, okay, when they do well, you want to give them stuff.
Reward them.
Yeah, so it's like when you don't have enough money, you're like, well, shit, I'm supposed to give them the car, supposed to get it this. You know what I'm saying? They don't got a free ride for college, do they?
No, what, free ride? No, they ain't got a free ride there. We're gonna be gotta be trying to see how much the government gonna give us.
See.
We had to fill out some government applications.
Yeah, go to FAFSA.
FAFSA. Look into some work. Got to put you out there. So got to find a good corner for him, so you can, somebody
serve the community.
Yeah, serve the community somewhere. You gonna sell some ass somewhere to make something pay their college.
When you got them,
but
pay
it was,
dues.
yeah, it was cool. Yeah. So my oldest son graduated. That's my dog right there. That nigga like a little brother. Man, when you go into events of this sort, for some kind of way, these also at the same time be the events where you get to see your people always acting ass. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, we had that speech over and over. Please save your applause
For later.
Please say, man, they told them don't bring no items in there, no flowers, no gifts. Like, leave all the gifts in the car. The people had bull horns, air horns.
Nah, all right. The only thing I go ahead with the bull horns, I'm that person. I normally.
You show up with a bull horn?
Yeah, I show up with a bull horn.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm saying I would buy like 5 of them.
Wow.
You ain't gonna pat down a nigga in the.
The people was right behind us blowing that shit. I wanted to pull my pistol out 5 feet in the air. Shut the fuck up. Sit down.
Yeah, that's me, bro. So yeah. Because it's like some people be like, yeah. It's like that's it.
Yeah, that's me.
That's not enough. It's not enough.
That's not enough?
No,
oh, okay.
You gotta
so
go
that
ahead.
guy.
Y'all gotta be on unison too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Say you got somebody that's quiet. That's not enough, bro.
Nah. Okay. So obviously, you that guy, you the people that was sitting behind us. Man, when I tell you they had everything.
Go, son.
Yeah, they had everything set up. They had shirts, flyers, fans.
Yeah, bro.
Like, part of it pissed me off to the highest extendity, and part of it made me very envious because it's like they
damn, why I ain't think of that shit?
Why the fuck? Like, they just had me pissed off. They like, oh, you love your child better than me, huh? You motherfuckers. I want to turn around and just start commotion. Just whatever. Just turn around and just start some shit. Can you stop breathing on my neck?
Yeah, man. I mean, shit. It's again, it's about money. You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost like people go all out for those 2 things: prom and graduation. Yeah. You're going to spend way more money.
Man, you spend a lot. I even heard somebody mention to me spending about $7,000 on graduation shit. What the fuck? $7,000? What are you buying?
P. Diddy party, nigga.
That's what I'm saying. You funding a P. Diddy party. What?
God damn.
I'm just saying, man. I mean, but yeah, it was our people, boy, let me say it this way. What was so crazy? It wasn't as bad. I done seen worse. And anytime it ain't no fights or nothing going on, nobody busting caps, it's the best.
Yeah.
But I did notice the crowd was more crunk than the people walking across stage. You remember before, you got to be conscious of, I sure hope that he don't go across stage and do that dumbass dance. Wasn't much of that. The kids was kind of perfect. You had a couple dudes shucking and jiving. You had chick Tootsie Roll, had somebody Dougie, but it was still mild to even the white dude passing out the diplomas laugh.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But out there in that audience, oh man, they was I thought Lil Boosie showed up, but they was cutting up. And they like
was it music? You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't music, but it's like, man, like you said, they was on sync with the air horns and shit. And one lady was laying on the air horn. Like it wasn't just no bop, 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 bop. She was just bop,
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I caught my breath. I'm like turned around looking at her like, you not stop. Like I was like, stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's a stream. That's a stream. That's a stream.
Just saying.
Where was the graduation at?
NRG.
NRG.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody.
I was just glad. I like
parking is terrible.
The parking was terrible. And they charged $20. Do you know
how you gonna charge somebody for a graduation?
$25. Yeah, charge for graduation. It was $25. Do you know they had even on the flyer for it to carpool? That was their way of giving back. Look, we're gonna charge you $25. At least you put all y'all in one car. All y'all get in one car.
Y'all save as family.
You know we come deep.
So you got the aunties.
It's problems there too.
And the grandmas
all. You get what I'm saying? All in the Kia Soul. We all in the Kia Soul. White folks showed up. It was a white man showed up with just him and his wife. They showed up in a damn RV.
$25.
You know, still $25. Big ass RV room.
Damn, everybody can fit in that home.
It was a Hispanic car. They had people spilling out the tailpipe.
See what I'm saying? See, but they saved. They saved.
They got all. Yeah, they got all.
Y'all go out to eat after work?
They got all 52 members.
That's more money. Did you go out to eat after work?
Well, so me and my son wife, we have been surprisively, because me and her has been real like a team parenting him. Yeah. So he lives with me. So like I always on occasions like this, I always advocate that he goes with his mom and her family and do things because I see him all the time.
Okay.
You know, sometimes I be trying to make sure I explain to him because I don't be wanting him to think like, damn, Dad, this is my moment. I wanted you there, but. Man, I'm there with everything. Like, seriously, boxing, his practice, school. I go to sleep with him. I'm on the game with him. We play the game together. So, I always, like, that's one thing. That's one of my personal vows I took to his mom where I would never, of course, if she was, like, an endangerment. But I just never stripped her of him to a degree. Like, if she desired him, I'm like, come on, that's your mom. She brought you here, dude. Like, come on now. Like, she did a lot of crazy shit with me. She could have easily took you out. I remember that one time, like, she dove out the plane. We was on the way to Jamaica. She had just dove out the plane. I had to dive out and catch her with a parachute. Hey, I was trying to commit suicide. Because I was like, after this trip, I'm breaking up with you. And she was like, yeah, I'm lying, nigga. All that I made it.
God damn.
I'm lying. But no, it just, but no, what I'm saying is, it just, man, of course, in relationship, you ain't the best. When it comes to us getting along, we was not the best. Yeah. But, man, every time I called or every time he called for something, she took care of it. Like, he can't say he had parenting problem at all. Just like I got to give it to him. We can't say my son he never really got into trouble. But I can tell you a fun story as a dad. Tell y'all this. So, one day, Javen was in elementary. I think he had to be... it had to be the 4th or 5th grade because he had just switched from his school districts. So he was going to the school, Tinsley Elementary. Now, Javen always been like a character. He's like, he is a character. But when he was little, he was far more worse. It's like now he beat you the fuck up, choke you out because he in this boxing and jiu-jitsu shit. But when he was a kid, he was a character, like funny, just play too damn much type person. So anyway, man, so I'm at work and I get like this... I'm at work because I used to go to work like 3, 4 in the morning, work Frito-Lay, and I get like this email that my credit card had got used on Grand Theft Auto, right? So, with your kids, everything is linked to me. So I'm looking at my card and it's saying Microsoft transaction. So he's on Xbox. So I go, I'm linked to all that stuff too. So I go check and see what it is. He playing Grand Theft Auto. My cards is linked because paying for membership, subscriptions, and all that is linked. So all he got to do is just click on something.
And it's purchased.
And because I don't need to, like a man, I ain't got to lock my card. I wish you would. Nigga, he bought so much stuff that it said he bought. So he was spending money but he's in the game, but he was spending money in the store you buy the guns at.
Oh yeah.
In the game. So when you buying them guns in the game, you literally they might say that gun is 10,000 coins. So to get that, you gotta basically have 10,000 coins cost $5-10 off your credit. Man, they gave him he had got when you playing the games you get like certain like awards or achievements. And he got an achievement called "Thank you for pimping your gun."
Damn.
He bought the gold revolvers, the rocket launchers, like so. While he's doing this, I get a call from the school at the same time. At the same time, I get a call from the school. It's the school telling me that him and his buddies are calling 911 on one of the school phones in the class. So while I'm fussing at him for that, I saying, "Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm gonna get you good. I'm gonna get you when you get home because you use my credit card to buy stuff on Grand Theft Auto." So I'm grilling him for that, and I'm telling him about the theft talk. I'm like, "Jay, what was you thinking? That's thieving. That's theft. You stole my stuff. I'm gonna get your ass when you get home." Blah 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 blah. Now, this is the point where I didn't realize I put this kind of fear in my son because me and him play so much. We like brothers. I just didn't know I scared him like this. Dude, my wife was pregnant with his little sister. She goes to pick them up from school. I'm at work. I get a phone call. "Babe, Javen is not at the car." I was like, "Okay, why he's not at the car?" She's like, "I don't know." So, and I could be butchering this, but I just know it got to the point where he did not show up to the car because we car riders. She picked him up. We looking for him from the school. Nobody knows where Javen is. After that conversation with me and him on that phone. So everybody's looking for him. The school people looking for him. They calling Javen on the intercom. La of the fight. So something tells them that not a principal is involved. Something tells them go check the cameras. They go check the cameras. He jumps the fence. He's escaping the school because he's thinking I'm supposed to just whoop his ass because he know how I am. I'm like, "Javen, you stole from me." That's the worst you could do to a dad because me and him is close. So me breaking that down to him and how I'm so hurt, and I'm like, he's like, "Oh, I know I'm gonna get ass whipped for this." So he then jumped the fence and ran away from the school.
Like it's a prison.
But the crazy thing is, he don't know where to go. So my wife just say, "All right, we gonna just leave. I guess go back to the house." But she was like, "We're gonna just circle the streets right there to see." She's driving. She sees him on a street. "Javen, boy, what are you doing? We looking for you. Your daddy looking for you." Now, mind you, he has no shoes on at this point. So where the hell your shoes at? Okay? So she say, "Javen, your daddy go get you. Get in this car right now." That nigga like literally runs off from the car. Like, "No, keep running." And he so she's in my expedition going up and down streets trying to follow him to catch him and get him back to the school. Because he was trying to avoid that. I mean, and it goes on. And mind you, he did this twice. I can't remember the other one, but I'll tell on another episode. I can't remember the other time he ran away, but it was still similar. It's like he did something that he thought, and I think the other one was his grades. His grades was low, and I was like, "Javen, you got to get your grades up, man. I'm gonna put you on punishment. You're gonna be out of everything, nothing, I'm taking everything, man." But he ran away. But I know the time he ran away. One time he ran away, he was gone so long that the police ended up picking him up because he said. So
after a certain amount of time, that's why.
Yeah, well, we had to call because we couldn't find him. I'm calling my best friend in Austin. Javen is missing. Blah blah blah. The police picks him up. Maybe, man, he wasn't even 10 minutes away from the school because this is the same time so my wife saw him. He didn't have no shoes on because she was ducking he was going between the houses and stuff like that. Like it was Big Worm chasing smoke in them on Friday. So he gets to like this Walgreens that is on South Post Oak. I think that's South Post Oak near West Belford, but I think it's South Post Oak and Mission Bend or Willow Bend. He was just sitting there, and a police officer saw him sitting there, and he was like, "My feet started hurting." He didn't have no shoes on his feet because he said he jumped the fence, and when he jumped the fence, he landed, and it was mud. So when he landed, because my son like me, we don't tie our shoes. So when he landed in the mud, his shoes got stuck, and when he stepped up out of them, he came up out the shoes. So he was like, I was still trying to run. Man, that night was so funny, and then now the whole time, as parents, we getting anxiety because I don't know why he's doing this. And then it registered me. I was like, well, maybe I did talk to him earlier because but man, it was.
So
was
you found out that the reason why he was
yeah,
running.
he ended up telling it. he ended up telling it. Man, it was crazy when the police got him. They took him down. We had to go all the way down to like even the little it's somewhere off of Chimney Rock, like to the like the juvenile little thing.
Oh
where
yeah,
they
yeah,
take the
yeah.
kids and you gotta do the evaluation. They gotta ask some questions and is your parents this and that. All that shit cleared. But it was just like I'm like, damn, like but it was like, but that feeling was the feeling of your child being lost. Like somebody would snatch your kid and you can't find it because we really didn't know he wasn't at that time. Yeah. He didn't even have cell phones, so
no identification, no nothing.
Nope. But it was just funny. It's funny to see what he became versus what he is now. Graduation. Yeah.
Bro.
But shit. It was crazy, man. So what I'm getting at is, bro, like as a dad, it's like. You go back and you tell these stories, but when I go back and think about how I was in them moments, it was stressful.
Oh shit, we're talking about being a motherfucking dad.
Yeah, being a dad. Yeah, man. I think it's just being a dad. It's not certain like psychological stress is not highlighted enough as a dad. If you gotta think about it. Well, like I break this down to my wife a little bit. I say, if we wouldn't like group up when it comes to like mother and dads, like all the mom band together against the dads and all the dads band up. If we
dads we don't do the camaraderie like women.
Yeah, not like women. And then at the same time, as if like if the women and men stop looking at it as if like it's an individual sport, like to the point where like so sometimes I get it, like you have a wife that'll sometimes be like, well, being a full-time mom is hard. Yeah, it is.
Correct. But what I will say, even if you're saying being a full-time mom is hard, cool. But if you go ahead and that's what I'll go ahead and say for my week was I realized this. Now I have 2 baby mamas. All right.
You say now, like you just got them?
No, I've been had them. You know what I'm saying? But what makes it worse on this occasion now is one of the baby mamas. We always had a okay situation where we was able to at least talk. Mm-hmm. Now I'll go backwards after this, but to explain is it's like when you create separate homes, mm-hmm. you're gonna have to pay support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But then on top of that, it's like when moms or women go ahead and feel like the guy is doing wrong, what they go ahead and always fuck him. You know what I'm saying? So if you're saying fuck him, who's gonna take care of the kid? It came out of you. You know what I'm saying? So this is one thing in just society. You rarely have women go ahead and say like, well, fuck them. You take the kid. It barely happens.
Oh, you talking about like the mom saying you take that kid and go ahead and raise him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you always find that. You always find that strange, but that's because child support, I think, is attached to it.
Correct. So you got child support attached to it, but then on top of child support attached to it, how do you complain about taking care of the kid when you don't want the dad around?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If you don't want the dad around, how can I support you?
I get what you're saying. Help? Yeah, I get what you're saying. And see, that's one of the things that I made sure me and my ex-wife, it's like we can't. I used to just like certain things that I know for sure would be detrimental to like a relationship. It's like we not gonna do that at all. Like for one of the things is we're not gonna argue over money. Me and her don't do that, and we're not gonna argue over, who is best for him. We gonna argue over what's just the best situation.
I haven't got there yet. I haven't got there yet.
Because like what you saying, like you'll see a lot of times a parent will be I guess what you're trying to say, spiteful with the kid. Mm-hmm. Oh, nah, he's staying with me. This is my kid. They play that. All of a sudden, it's that my shit. This is my son. He come in with me. But then you turn around and you struggling with the payload of doing it.
I don't get it.
It's almost as if like you got help, but you
refuse it.
And that's what makes me ask the question of, right now, tell me exactly what you think is best for you to take care of this child. Just to hear that thing. Like, it could be rhetorical for most women because they going to just think money, right? But then at the same time, is it really money? like him being around me, and then I kind of the ones that I despise is the ones that don't want the son to be around the father, but then got an issue with the son being soft.
I don't okay, like all right, like so even with that like I have a number of girls, right? So I have
nothing but girls.
Nothing but girls. You know what I'm
no
saying?
boy.
That's the step kid.
Oh, the step kid.
So you know.
So you have how many girls?
Okay, you have the 4-year-olds. Those are twins.
Oh, you got twins.
All right, boom,
Damn.
and then you have on the other mother. I have a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Okay, so you got two twins to one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not two twins. You have a set of twins, them two, and then you got 14. You say and
a 12.
12. Okay, so you kind of like us. You got teenagers, and then you got something you started up with. Yeah, boy.
So no, starting up, that's one baby mama. That's another baby mama. Yeah, but then you have the one I'm with.
Yeah.
That's a step. So those are all boys. That's an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old, and 11-year-old. Okay. All boys.
Yeah. So that's similar to me. So your girl you with now has all boys, but y'all made girls.
We ain't made nothing. I'm just with her, and we haven't made anything.
Who's the twins?
The twins is the other mother.
Oh.
And then you have the other one.
Oh, so you have
two baby mothers.
And
one person I'm with.
Yeah, one person you with.
There you
so
go.
The one you with, that's them just her kids.
Correct.
But your kids that you have is with the other baby mother.
Yeah, I had two baby mothers. Yeah.
So it's 3 people total.
There you go.
Damn, man, you a little man. You put out a lot. This is damn. But shout out to little people. See, people be thinking us little dudes are little, and you don't see the big picture in us.
Always.
We do a lot. Name a big dude that can handle that like that. You know Neo little bald head ass? 4 women.
4 women, bro.
Nigga, that takes drive. Name a big dude. Shaq, you think Shaq can do that?
Nah.
He
got some money, but
but name a big dude. Most people you see that's just going through them ain't big dudes. DMX was scrawny as shit. Big, he had how many baby? That nigga got about like 12 baby mamas, right?
Yeah, Boosie too. Yeah, yes. That's another.
Those little dudes ain't playing. Like, stop playing with us.
I don't know, bro.
Man, most of the smaller people are making kids. These big dudes ain't putting in. Y'all want these big, tall. You ask a woman. Let me cut you off and jump in this. But you ask a woman right now. Oh, what's your ideal man? Tall, dark, 6 foot, blah blah blah. What you gonna get? That nigga gonna burn out. Come on now.
Hey man, he might not produce no kids.
Man, right now I'm giving my wife 19-year-old Vienna. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not getting that nowhere. I'm talking about 19-year-old. I'm talking about the stamina is there off the bone.
Cool.
You ever got when you and your girl ever did it so much where y'all woke up the next morning was embarrassed for what you did? Like I don't know this lady.
Yeah.
Like you standing in the kitchen and you scared to talk to her. We did that not too long ago. I had to look at that woman. What the fuck out in the U? Like, oh my God, I'm 40. I'm not supposed to be doing that.
Correct.
I always was doing ratchet bald headed hoe shit.
Yeah, you always think you'll never go through the ratchet bald headed.
Yeah, sometimes I like that. Oh my God.
Yeah, but I mean,
was calling.
That was my week, bro. Like, I had Mother's Day just passed. You know what I'm saying?
I got called a black bastard.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, bro. It happens. I mean,
Mother's Day did just pass.
And so, the reason why the black bastard stuff happened because I went ahead and said Happy Mother's Day to the people I could, and I said Happy Mother's Day to a person that I'm blocked anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's one baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Then the other baby mama, I finally said Happy Mother's Day. I said it late. I said it at like 9 o'clock. And she was like, fuck you going, why am I last? Why am I last of you telling me Happy Mother's Day? And I'm like, I'm just saying Happy Mother's Day. Instead, it's a problem.
Yes.
She was like, trying to tell me like, what's the reason for, I'm last. I had your kids.
How she know you was last?
Because I texted late.
But that don't mean she was last.
She said I could have text the woman I'm with. I went ahead and told her Happy Mother's Day as soon as I woke up.
I've been there. I ain't gonna lie. I've been there. I've been there like on the other side.
Like, but fathers don't get that though. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you finally said Happy Father's Day to me.
Man, sometimes, and I'm not stepping on nobody's toes. Oh, my wife would probably watch this. I'm not saying you did this, but I have had times where some fathers don't even get a Happy Father's Day. Now that don't mean he don't get nothing.
Thank you.
But what I'm saying is, I get caught up on just the love. If you could just give me the attention that day,
that's it.
And I don't even want the attention, but it's just like we could just use it as a chill day. I don't really want no gifts. You can just lay up with me. That's me.
That's cool. You know what I'm saying? That shows. All right, I'm appreciating, bro. Yeah. Like that right there showed me. So that was that part for Mother's Day, right? She was mad though. She was mad, and then like literally yesterday from the podcast before I'm like, all right, I'm getting ready for the podcast. She, that's how I realized. Okay, so I'm already blocked from one. The other one that just went ahead and said, yeah, you just tell me about Happy Mother's Day. I finally go ahead and get this message, from her. She was like, fuck you and you bitch. You know what I'm saying? Since I'm always last, happy life. You know what I'm saying? You said, I'll go ahead and raise the kids myself. I'm like, what?
Like how did it get to this? Like,
Happy Mother's Day. All I was trying to do as a father, being a dad, was tell you thank you.
Thank you, mother. You gave me my kids.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you're not even in. She's not even in Houston.
Oh shit!
So if you ain't in Houston, I can't go ahead and give you a gift. This ain't.
But why you? But hold on. Let me say this. See, this is how this works. Them kids from her is how old?
Twins. 4 years old.
4 years old.
She had a long ways to go.
I know you got a long ways to go, but what I'm tripping off of is like, how is it so significant? How and I always, this is how the questions I be asking. Why is the gift so significant from me?
I don't know.
If we couldn't even be together, who the fuck want a gift? And I'm just being honest for anybody out there that don't get it. And I always said this when me and my, son mother was clashing heads, and we kind of went down that. I always break stuff down because I gotta unveil it for you. Come on now, think about it. You hate my guts, allegedly. Mm-hmm. We not together. Mm-hmm. So what does it matter? You shouldn't even be expecting me to do nothing anyway. Correct. I'm content with you just saying, text that bitch of yours you with. Don't text me, and leave it at that.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Or just don't respond.
Cool.
But why do, and I'm calling them crazy, forgive me, but the baby mamas that act like this, why do y'all be just waiting for particular things from your ex that you vowed, I hate him now. I'm done.
You know how much energy that takes?
Yes. How much energy that takes, but what sense does that make? Like if you because I'm just saying, like, you always gotta, first and foremost, you gotta put yourself in them shoes.
Yes.
How would you like if you talking to somebody and anybody and that significant other is requesting or desiring or just expecting something where I'm like, ain't that together privileges? That's like it's like together privileges. Because I'm like, if you caught up on a gift and the timing that you want me to tell you Happy Mother's Day, then what room does it leave for the other person you dating?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So you want me to beat your dude to telling you Happy Mother's Day? What the fuck? See,
now if my chick went ahead and said Happy Mother's Day to you, you would have been really mad.
See what I'm saying? And she should. That's respect. Cause mine do it. They on that level now.
But see, y'all are past the level I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it's gonna take me a while to get there because, not saying the maturity, it's almost like that they feel like it's gonna take me time. But it's like, okay, well then when? You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, it's like, why is it okay for people to go ahead and, just like we just said, the topic of being a dad. So it's okay for you to go ahead and say there's no dad around, but you push the dad out of the picture.
Yeah.
So, but you go ahead and say, well, you're not gonna explain that to the kids. You're not gonna go ahead and verbatim say, well, your dad's not around because I blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna get looked on at a negative light. He wasn't around because blah blah blah, and see what he's out there doing. He's creating a whole nother family.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's that's the and that's the like the dogma of and just the or just for it's like it's a narrative that is put out there because it's like, and I always like anytime I ask myself the question why, I just say that's the narrative that they choose to do or those type because it's almost like I got nothing else to hurt him with.
Yeah.
You know, when you get to that point where if that guy is getting ready to move on and he's halfway accepted, like, man, it is what it is. I'm just trying to be the best dude I can be and be fair. Then it's like sometimes people they not content with that. It's almost like it's a wound still there. And you'll be the bad guy if you even come out and say, man, what's really going on? What we need to fix?
Going on?
You know what? You know what? Yeah, that was a long gun. Yeah, she would shoot you with the biggest gun she got. But it's like it's a wound still there. And see, and that's the part where, man, I always say that's why I always tell people like, I realize how much closure matters in a relationship because one person might not like, and you probably like me. Some things I may need closure for the most part, if you tell me you done. I can disappear.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But if you still got something lingering, but you so ignorant to talk to me about it, how the fuck we gonna even get to it? You don't even want to talk to me. I can't even send you happy nothing. Consciously, because if it's an issue, you could start it up right there. Hey, happy Mother's Day. Thank you. Look, I think we really need to figure out some kind of way to get this closure for this. And
cool.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? But none of that happens.
I think, between that and, the older I got, I've learned, you can't go ahead and continue stuff without closing the book. You know what I'm saying? That's one. You know what I'm saying? So, like, to move on subjects, bro, I will say, I think R. Kelly's gonna be out before P. Diddy. I can't say why he's in jail. P. Diddy. I can't say because there's reasons why, but for the trial, I don't understand that part because the trial is saying he's doing sex trafficking, but for all the cases what they're bringing out it has nothing to do with sex trafficking. You know what I'm saying? They're a freaky ass party. He's a freaky ass nigga.
Even
he should be locked up.
Yeah, even him beating on her.
It's correct. It's not sex trafficking. Yeah. Now those charges that's separate from sex trafficking. Right now, like as the trial goes on, it's kind of weird to see like Kid Cudi, you know what I'm saying, be a part of, or other people. You're like, okay, well, testify. Unless I see Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? TD Jakes. You know what I'm saying? Like so somebody that's up on a totem pole, be testify. Right now, it's almost like he's just a freaky ass nigga to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Really? Yeah. I mean, honestly, shit. Yeah. Because to be honest, I don't even think his shit is as. I don't want to say sick. His shit is a different sick from R. Kelly's because R. Kelly's shit was just straight underage motherfuckers.
That's it.
Diddy, I mean, they say Cassie was 19, so she was still supposed to be legal. But still, 19 is still.
It's young, but it's still legal.
Yeah, it's
you know
legal.
what I'm saying? But then again, reason why it's still like, okay, what are we here for? Is because it's like, yes, I beat the shit out of her. That is the crime. You know what I'm saying? You go ahead and having some type of guy go ahead and squirt on somebody else and you putting come on my nipples. Yeah, just nasty.
Yeah,
it's just nasty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't take all that.
But until you go ahead and
does it take all that to get an erection nowadays? See, this is that. Let me hold on. I don't mean cut you off. I have duty. This is why simple men like us get called sometimes boring or shit like this from our wives because look, most of our wives don't even want to do this freaky shit that Diddy doing. But at the same time, the creativity and the time that he's putting into this make this shit that freak off. That just it's like spiking the sex game. Now you got people it's somebody out there looking at all this shit and gonna be wanting their husband to just like, my God, can you at least do something in the bedroom?
Anything different.
Like you're using lotion, you're using semen as sunblock. Like what? Who is coming up with these ideas? Like that's just the part where I would be in court when they.
Kendrick Lamar wasn't talking about Drake. He was talking about P. Diddy.
See what I'm saying?
He wasn't talking about a freaky ass nigga with it.
In court, they need to have somebody in court, and I would love to be the first person to get the job. They need to have somebody in court that when you are presenting evidence or whatever strange activities of this sort, they need to have me over there and be like, okay, when you're done with them guys, I need you to step over here because I got sub questions. Why? That on your nipples? What? Because I want to know what kind of arousal they give you. You know, you look at somebody that's just so fine, you be like, oh my fucking God, that woman's so fine. Me hard. Or, you know, you just be like, damn, that food was so good. It made my... You know, I don't know.
Ooh, yeah, goosebumps.
Yes. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
But
nope, not him.
In some instances, he wanted it to happen and he wanted to beat off to it.
That's wild, nigga. That's wild.
All I'm saying is, like...
if I get invited to a party and I see a big-ass bed outside...
The bed was outside?
Well, that was one of his parties. He had a bed outside. That was outside. It was as big as a whole building.
We need to go into where's his mama at. We need to go
I think she might have had. I don't know. We do need to do that research.
Ask that lady what you did. What I want to know the upbringing. Man, I have learned if you just can just
he's creative.
If it was some kind of way that you can see people upbringing, like when people go to jail, they need create technology. When people go to jail, let's sit down and watch this nigga childhood. You know, a bed outside.
Outside, bro. Outside. I think that was a couple of years ago. You know what I'm saying? He created a big bed outside. You know what I'm saying?
Where did he find time to make the music? If he know how much time it takes.
We ain't doing enough. That's what.
You're making us look bad. Goddamn. Man,
it's not enough time in the day. Like he's out here making remixes. Yes. He's out here going ahead and Ciroc.
He got
DeLeon.
Okay, Bad Boys of Comedy. He do comedy promotions.
Yep.
He has another Bad Boy Record South.
Yep.
Bad Boy South that's in Atlanta.
There you go.
Who? We need to talk. It's somebody. Who the fuck is working for him? That's another thing that be tripping me out when these niggas to be doing this shit. You mean to tell me all these motherfuckers that work for you just sitting up there like, hey, can't come in here right now.
Whoa.
Diddy trying to put that unicorn horn up his ass right now while she put that on her nigga, when he gave you the itinerary to that, he went, hey, I don't need nobody in here. You know what I'm about to do, Big Spike.
All right.
You know, you just there like, nah. You know what he in there doing.
It's either the pay must be great. It gotta be. It gotta be like he's creating wealth.
For him and R. Kelly. Because it's like
the pay gotta be.
Nigga, I remember they said R. Kelly had a nigga that go recruit the chicks. Do you know do you know what type of nigga you gotta be to look at a resume and say, what you need me to do? Pick up 12 and 13-year-old.
Okay, so we gonna
that ain't shit.
I'm gonna sit out McDonald's real quick. I'm gonna just sit there.
Mama stay. I can snatch a little bitch up easy. I've been on the all I'm saying is
you like ice cream.
you know. But at the same, it's where do they find the time, bro? Because you got to do interviews, you got to do executive calls and meetings. You got kids. That nigga he got like 4 or 5 kids, right?
Yeah, man.
And you got multiple baby mamas. Where do you find the time for free golf?
Didn't we just go back to this? It's the money. Because he either that or he got clones.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. The way the paranoid I am, sometimes, nigga, I ain't gonna lie. One time I got a bonus check and my wife gave me some bum. My wife screwed me and I thought she saw my check. I ain't gonna lie. Cause that's how I am with money. Nigga, if I had that much money, I don't want that much. That's too much temptation. One of y'all gonna screw me good. And all I'm saying, these niggas here, like you got all this money and all you can think of is freak offs. Like
I love Johnson like the most, but
and some of them wasn't even baby oil. I saw the news say that nigga they confiscated baby oil. It was Astroglide. Do white folks know that's not baby oil? White folks not think lube is baby oil. Nigga, I know what Astroglide look like.
It's way different.
Purple top. Yeah. They showed Astroglide on the TV. I'm looking at that like, that's not baby oil. Because I was wondering, like, nigga, lube and baby oil slide different.
So different.
Slide
way different. You know? One make it go ahead and go that way. The other one go ahead and make
with that, like, it might feel similar on your hand for yourself. But trust me, you use Astroglide. In the real thing, nigga, you was the nigga. That shit feel like whatever Star Trek do when they zip off into to another dimension. That's what Astroglide do. So that,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Man, all I'm saying is, in our lifetime, what is cool, I tell kids, our lifetime is cool because look, it's like, man, the people that is the icons, the big names,
and it's our generation though.
Yeah, our generation. They are
Bill
fucking
Cosby.
weirdos.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that used to be my
weird,
nigga.
They weirdo. Yeah, they cool.
But then look, that's our generation.
Weirdos, bro.
You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, the only ones that haven't went ahead and then haven't like got like that is Oprah. You know what I'm saying? They haven't got Oprah.
I be hearing shit about Oprah too. You think Oprah being freak offs?
Man, she pay enough people to go ahead and die.
Yeah, but
you tell on me your whole family.
I know, but I'm just saying. Can you see somebody got? Her being folded.
Yeah.
I can see it.
I can see it. She got enough money.
You got enough money. I can see Oprah paying a nice
young man,
prison 19-year-old prison nigga. I'm talking about he did already. A
whole sentence.
2 years coming there and rawed her down. I can see it. With
because it was like, was it? Is she married? I'm trying to remember in my generation. Is she married to Phil?
Phil who? Phil. Dr. Phil?
Not Dr. Phil. The other one.
I don't know, cause I didn't even realize when her and Stedman stopped.
Stedman, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Stedman, that's what you said.
Yeah,
Where you get Phil from?
I don't know, cause I think we said that's Doctor. It's that old name.
They don't make Phils no more. Damn. But yeah, I don't know what her and Stedman doing, but I be looking at Oprah and I be like, man, she probably is a freak. Like, some people just. But,
no, it's the money.
But
man.
she's one of the big names, and I think reason being because the freaky women don't really get exposed.
No,
think about it.
No,
because let me tell you why. How long Cher still look good for the camera? Cher, you know Cher?
Yeah, she was.
Cher.
Her and the Madonna are some freak ass.
Yeah, I think Cher might be older, but they old. I think Cher's like 175 years old. But Cher looks good. She still. She was weird, but you notice she never got taken. Madonna never got taken down. Yeah. Weird ass people.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but I got you one. Jada Pinkett
got taken down.
But as far as like, remember with August Alsina.
But I think that's because she was black. But again, it goes back to us as our skin tone. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
They made her a big deal because of August, but technically August, man, if you look at somebody, man, you can't.
And now he gay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
again, that's the weirdness of it. You gay, man. All I'm saying is,
jeez, Wiz.
Just like they say, just like they talk about white men do certain particular things, it's like black men, the big name, like our money icons get taken down. A lot of these weirdos ain't get taken down. Man, Marilyn Manson was in jail the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Remember this boy though? The nigga still was making money. They didn't really take him down. They just locked him up. But I'm just saying,
that's true again.
Women can be weird and creepy with certain things. You remember when Madonna had the kids a few times? You kind of looked at her like, damn, Madonna, what you gonna go home and do with them? Nobody
just said
nobody said nothing.
That's it. That's all they said on the news tabloids.
Exactly.
Well, what you doing with that young nigga?
And I just feel like Jada, it was just a black thing. And then Will had the shit he had going on. It's
but
like
see that again, we said that again. That's a guy, and the icon, and then our generation icon, and tear down.
Let's just tear him down. You just don't see that. Tom Cruise just jumped out of a fucking helicopter. Hit that nigga weird as they come. I know they don't know people like, how is he weird? Oh yeah, that Tom Cruise.
Now if you go ahead and jump on the couch during the interview, you got to be a little bit.
Man, Tom Cruise is. I think he's a what's that religion, Scientology?
Yeah, there you go.
He's that right there.
Yes,
that's weird in itself. Because what the fuck is that?
Right,
if you look it up, I think Scientology got invented like in the 80s. That nigga religion not even 50 years old. I'm just saying. Think about that.
You got to.
But again, nobody goes that deep. But
yeah.
I'm just saying. But but we can't go. Like, and I had brought up when I was talking about the black community off camera before we started recording. That's what I mean by the black community. It's like we got enough shit, and not just us, but us. I think at the top, we got enough shit that we get caught up for. Why the fuck do you need that type of freak off?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. You know what's even crazier to me, even with go ahead and saying about black community, it's almost like we have strip clubs.
Yes. Why I couldn't stay there? That's what he was trying to do.
You know what I'm saying?
Or let me tell you. And I always look at stuff from from a perspective of how could I done this the right way. And I always say, if you really want to know if they're playing the race card or they people are being biased, double standard, or whatever, just do it exactly how somebody that did it before did it. I would have just went straight Hugh Hefner. Diddy probably could have done it.
Yeah, he could have.
But what I'm saying, do it by the same means he did it. So if they would have came at you,
well,
say,
I mean, he
why?
somewhat did. He just did it to the extreme. You know what I'm saying? He got a whole island.
But who Hefner?
You got Diddy. Remember he was flying people to the island.
Yeah, he had a whole island. But at the same time, if you would have probably came out and you'd attach this to everything else, Bad Boys of Comedy, Bad Boy South, Bad Boy Take That. If you would have just said Bad Boy, I don't know,
Playboy.
Bad Boy Playboy or something, I don't know. It could have been just Bad Boy. You could have been Bad Boy. I don't know how they could have twisted and then went that route. But no, you was under the cover. Cause think about it, how many people until this shit got like this, all you heard was, man, Diddy be throwing some wild parties.
That's
all you heard.
That's all you heard.
I heard Diddy and Jamie Foxx threw the bombest parties. And I think Jamie Foxx actually did an interview where he explained why his parties was bomb. Mm. And he even kind of explained that to a degree. I mean, you find somebody you like, you got a room over here for you. You go do it. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah.
Diddy, on the other hand, see, it's the thing about, this is the thing that people always say when you have, and Suge said this shit years ago. You want to come on over here where you can be your own individual and do what you want to do and ain't got to worry about that nigga dancing all in the background and being part of it. See, that's what got Diddy caught up. See, instead of if you throw the freak off, you let everybody else do the freak off. You just throwing it.
Yeah, supposed to be a part, bro.
Yeah, you obviously wanted to be a part of it. You just got to be in the fucking camera, Diddy. Dancing and shit. Stroking yourself and shit. Meek Mill's over there and shit. Meek, they did say Meek Mills was part of it.
Yeah, they said he was there. He was there. That's why I wonder, like, why all this is going on. You got the playoffs going on. Mm-hmm. You got NBA. You got Joey Badass going ahead and having beef with people, and you have this trial going on. It's gonna go on for a long time.
It is. I think this shit gonna surpass OJ.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
But reason why, because we again, like I said, what is he going to trial for? Yep. So like we'll we try to not touch this subject during the podcast, but it's like you don't have no choice because how long it's been. You know what I'm saying? Like it was already atrocious to see him beat the, Heavy D out of Cassie. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't never heard that one.
Beat the Heavy D out of.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It was like a video game. So what the cold part about it is almost like this is black. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's associated with now. When we go ahead and be like, man, let's have a black draft.
Yep.
We can't give him up because we've already jammed all his music.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't go ahead and be like, we don't want him no more.
But I think so. Yeah, and see, and I agree with you. So I guess basically what you're saying is, it's like to a degree we can't just cast him out like sometimes we do. No, I don't believe that. I'm this for the camera. We don't need to cast him out.
No.
What we need to do, and I heard someone say this, but I don't know if they saying this for the same means I'm saying it, because some people just say things because they just feel like the swift hand and the wrath of God is necessary. I think it is, but what I'm getting at is I think he should pay for the crime. Like, and what I mean is
pay for the crime, but you know how they go ahead and say, like, all right, say for example, I'm a gangster, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a gangster, and I've killed plenty of people, and now you got me on tax evasion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When people say pay for the crime, they just want you to go ahead, get them on something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I get them on something, but if that's the case, just say that. Come out and say
stop trying to make it seem like it's something there. Just say we just want to take him down.
Thank you. Because if you're go ahead and saying it's sex trafficking, that's what I'm focused on.
Yeah, you got to prove it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's what the the jury is gonna go off of.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, give me where he did sex trafficking.
I'm waiting on the sex trafficking thing. That's why we got called here. Yeah.
Because in the same hand, that's how he's gonna get a non-guilty.
That's kind of almost like what they was doing with Bill Cosby when they was call it date raping, and at the same time they study investigating that most of the women invited themselves there in the first place. Like you was totally unaware if you just hanging out at somebody's hotel room at wee hours of the night, and that's the thing. But see, again, that's good. We're having this debate because you on that side of like you guys got to do y'all legal part. You got to do your legal part fair, where what you claiming. See, on the other hand, I am the guy that's over there on Diddy's side. Like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you?
There you go.
Why do you need
psychoevaluation?
Yeah, I gotta psycho evaluate. Why do you need? First of all, let me say this. Everybody's seen Cassie, and you see how she's built, right? So you got this freaknik going on. It's like you kind of subconsciously knew off the rip she must have been enough woman. You should have been moved on to another type of chick. I'm just trying to figure out why the freaky shit is going on. What's your pleasure? What's that movie, A Hellraiser, when it's actually?
Oh yeah. What is your pleasure?
Yeah, what's your pleasure?
Hell no.
Like, Eddie, what's your pleasure, man? Yeah.
See, that's our generation again.
Yeah.
So that goes back to all right. Not change subject again, but that goes back to we've had in our generation people that are really scary. Yeah. Like Hellraiser, that's a scary ass.
Yeah, some scary shit.
Like he got a whole bunch of needles in this fucking
pinhead,
and then all his partners was scary.
They fucked up.
They was
too.
If a nigga you know what I'm saying, you scared, bro.
And that's what I'm looking at.
That's your partner.
Yeah, that's your partner. His teeth clacking. Whoever do his dinner plan. That's why I'm kind of looking at Diddy and his freak off people like that. That nigga was like the pinhead of this shit. Like, you gave that box to people, and for people, it wasn't a box. It was a record label. You give a nigga a record label, they go play with it. Oh, nigga, I'm gonna blow the fuck up. Next thing you know, yeah, you will blow up. Step into his office. Like, the shit just didn't make sense. And then, in Hellraiser, if y'all know the thing, Hellraiser, at the end of it, you end up paying miserably because he gonna rip you apart.
There it go.
On the other hand, Diddy wasn't ripping you apart where you think.
Whoa.
Just, ain't it?
Pause.
Pause. I'm talking about him. But I'm just saying, like, what the hell? Like,
I don't know, man.
All I'm saying is it what is the psychological effect of when they get that money? Because, and this is another thing that I always pay attention to. Why does it seem like you don't never be this weird until you get that rich? Kanye, for example. If that nigga, man, just think about the interviews you saw before Kanye got to where he was mild-mannered.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to be in the studio with Ye today, and we working on some tracks. We got my man Jamie. He professional. Then the money came, and I'm like, nigga, that nigga say, nah, you got that right. It ain't 28 million. I got 30 million on Twitter. You going to have to do that again, man. That nigga got mad because he was off a few.
I don't know. My money changes people, man.
It does.
I mean, because it's like they idolize
Let me prove it again. Everybody saw the R. Kelly sex tape. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure you have, right? Now ask yourself, and this is my question, until R. Kelly got as rich as he is, nigga, would you ever in your life think to videotape, not only just videotape the act, but you gonna videotape the minor too? Think about it. I'm just saying, if you're gonna be a criminal or any type of sicko, it's certain I's you have to dot and T's you cross. You don't videotape that. That's just like that. I mean, what difference is that?
Well, I think I think that's a generational thing. Like, because you gotta think like, all right, Bill Cosby didn't tape anything, right?
Yep.
P. Diddy didn't tape anything, right? R. Kelly wasn't trying to tape it for everybody else. He was taping it for himself.
How sick is that?
It's sick. Now, all right. Now you go with the generation now. We get in trouble for taping the band that we just went ahead and stole somebody. Yeah. We just shot somebody straight on camera on Instagram. Yeah. We went ahead and murdered somebody straight by going ahead and having a drive-by or going ahead and road rage. And we shooting them and we killed them on camera. All right. That's the generation there is now. So the generation we are at, it's almost like the reason why video cassettes are, that way. I used to sneak, into my mom and dad's room to go ahead and get a booty talk. You know what I'm saying? And because it's almost like it's
bounce.
Yeah. But you had to find the evidence. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they're deliberately sharing the evidence. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to R. Kelly, yeah, he didn't just put it out. Somebody was like, you know what? Fuck this nigga. And they put it out.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the whole reason why I'm like, they still make you a sloppy assailant. I'm using that word. Because when I think of crook, I'm thinking of you stealing and robbing and just taking things. But you being of this person, like let's just say for instance, nigga, you're dancing with the devil in a way, and you decide to videotape that recital. You dancing with the devil. Yeah. That's just like the people that went to Epstein Island. A lot of them got videotaped. Epstein had footage of them over there. Just why? Like, it's just some things. This is what I tell my son too, and this is a son advice I tell my son. I say anything that gives you a probability of death, you don't need to do it.
You don't need to do it.
Don't need to do it.
Yeah.
You know, he looked, Dad, what you talking about? Okay, skydiving. Don't need to do it. You know, a lot of things give you. And let me clear it up. A lot of things can bring you death, but I meant to say a high probability. Like, what is the ratio? What is the percent that I might die at this? Just like Bill Burr got a joke about this. What is it, like 3 out of 4 parachutes don't open up?
Correct.
That's
correct.
That's a high probability. That's a 75% chance you're gonna die.
I mean, that is actually correct.
So what I'm saying is, why you have a high probability of something that like it's just certain things you like. Okay, that might be fun, that might be cool, it might be even exciting to do. But if you get caught up,
you're out of there.
That's what I'm saying. Did you see how Diddy was looking at that shit as they were presenting it? He had a look on his face like, I couldn't even believe I did some of that shit.
I mean, because it's like it's a non-self-conscious. It's a non, you know how you go ahead and say like, I don't even remember that. Is that, you know what I'm saying? You must have
been whooping a lot of ass and having a lot of baby oil Astroglide. For the record, I want the news to stop putting. I get it. It just hit me while I was in the middle of saying it. They cannot put Astro. Can you imagine watching the news and be like, we confiscated 275 bottles of Astroglide?
Mom, what is Astroglide?
I was just gonna say, you know how many kids gonna be like, Mom, what is Astroglide? Shut up. Get your ass up. Oh, I just lied. Son, that's a water slide at Slitterbun. He owned it. But I see why they said baby oils. I had to think about it. But I'm just saying, that shit was Astroglide. We wasn't probably supposed to see that in supply.
Probably. You know what I'm saying? So Johnson had to take the rap for it.
Yeah, they had to. Johnson, because that's what it was. See, at some point, y'all kept saying baby oil, and Johnson was looking like, nigga, we ain't never sold that nigga that many bottles of baby oil. They lying. So they had to put that clip up there like, look, we ain't gonna get them all, but let them know.
They probably presented them like, hey, it's gonna increase your sales.
But I can tell you, next time I buy a bottle of Astroglide, I will be looking at who make that shit, because Johnson & Johnson own a lot.
That should be.
Know if it's Johnson & Johnson or the other motherfuckers.
You have to see who's that shit.
Why? Cause you know this nigga had so Astroglide must be really what they say. That's the nigga shit. Cause KY white people shit. Niggas do need a lot bit more thickness. Cause that Astroglide thick. It's pretty thick. You know, Astroglide, you do this. And,
yeah,
you know, KY. All I'm saying is Diddy. Man, but seriously, all jokes aside, it's funny in this lifetime seeing our black icons go down like they do. All of them is kind of bizarre. Michael Jackson bizarre, Prince bizarre, Whitney bizarre, Pimp C bizarre. Like, you just keep naming them, they're bizarre.
But again, generation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to take down your idols to go ahead and, like, now, you know, you have to ask yourself, who is your idol? You know what I'm saying? Like, now you have to ask yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, if I said, you know, Jay, is your idol Richard Pryor? Even if you said yes, it's still like Richard Pryor had nothing but induced stuff. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, same thing if somebody's asked me, like, where do you get your shoes from? Man, I got it from James Brown. Oh, that nigga must be in drugs, though. That nigga must do right, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's because of when you idolize somebody and you take that image away from idolization, you kind of question, why do you idolize that person? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people loved Obama, but then you also got to think, now how it goes, they'll tear that idolization down, and then here we go all over again. You idolize what? Trump. You know what I'm saying? Because you idolize a person that's business savvy, but again, they'll try to tear down. But it's easier to tear down a minority before it's easier to tear down a non-minority.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I get exactly what you're saying. And another thing too that I noticed too, and people don't pay attention to this with the tearing down minorities. It's like just going deeper with it. When you tear down minorities, especially the ones of like not Steve Harvey, damn.
He got tore down too?
Yeah, well, yeah, they got him. But like Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and Diddy and them, I always look at this too. Think about that money that is getting stripped from them. And that money is going back to a legal system that's not owned by us.
Crazy.
So that money is getting sucked out of them. You know
and
what I'm saying?
Going where? Yeah, that's
like think about where them legal fees is going. Them legal fees is not going back to, you know what I'm saying? Or here go a better one. Like somebody was talking about this. When them icons die, Whitney die, Prince die, where does they catalogs go back to? You get what I'm saying? So it's like to a degree, our icons get caught up in like stupid shit they get into. Cornell X, I think, talked about this on Willie D podcast. He said it. He was like, we supposed to, our icons and rappers and stuff like that, they are more of iconic figures, and they're more influential than the politicians that we have, because who you think we more influenced by besides those people? But who you think are more controlled in the people that's influencing them, that's making them make the type of music that just keep tearing us down?
Correct.
Fuck these bitches, the alcohol, the drugs, you get what I'm saying? And then most of the people follow that ideology of being like that. So at what point do we try to let's just say get to our entertainers and try to get them to be, because I ain't gonna lie, if you just sit and think about it, it's not many artists that is just dropping positive stuff.
Our producer, at least we know our producer said Astro Glide is not bye Johnson Johnson.
Okay.
So you can go ahead while you.
So Astroglide, we on your side, and we oh, is this for Astroglide?
Yeah, that's
okay. Astroglide, we need sponsors for this podcast. We'd be happy to sponsor
Whoa.
you. We just want to make sure that your name is not Torrance Neat Johnson Johnson's, because we see you're not.
It was a scientist that discovered Astroglide. Yeah.
Was he black?
No. Wasn't black. But when it comes into Astroglide, you know. He was more of a scientist.
Yeah, see, that lets you know that Astroglide is scientifically engineered by somebody that knew what the hell they was doing. Baby oil, don't get me wrong, baby oil is good, but they ain't nothing like the Astroglide. That's another topic. But all I'm saying is, it's like, it's still just weird to the degree that 90% of our music and our culture is just diminishing to us as our people.
Yeah.
Like it's almost as if, like, if you even rap about something positive and something about, man,
it's harder.
Yeah, it's harder. And then sometimes I catch somebody rapping some cold shit on YouTube, and I'm like, why is this not mainstream?
Yeah, because it's not.
Nigga, you boring talking about building schools and shit like that. You don't hear that shit.
Correct.
Sexy Red got her lips done, and not the ones up top. That's the stuff that be.
That's the truth.
I ain't even talking about her, even in a sexual manner.
It happens. You know what I'm saying? But
she do so much. I mean, she got like a lot of shit she been trying to do to make it sexy, and to me, the sexy not there. It's just red. I just gotta say red because I can't put sexy onto that. I call my wife sexy short. If Sexy Red is sexy, what am I calling my wife? Somebody might come up to me and say, "Hey, your wife sexy?" Yeah, Red's sexy too.
No,
so, like I gotta straighten that up. Wait a minute, bitch. It's not the same sexy.
It's not the same sexy. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, man. We need to do more black community. Like I said, man, it'd be nice to just go to a black-owned grocery store.
It'd be nice, but Nigerians have one. But again,
you ever went in a Nigerian?
I did.
And this is nothing against Nigerians, but sometimes it be smell like booty for no reason. Why does it?
This is a disclaimer. I didn't say that. I mean,
he did not say that. I'ma say it because I'm almost y'all color. Sometimes, okay, if we are supposed to respect people to a degree where we just got to accept their culture and what it is, you got to accept mine. I'm just saying, if I just desire to have a better fragrance when walking to an establishment, I can. But
okay.
I see a lot of Nigerians do a lot of things.
But they have more than what we have. You know what I'm saying? They have stores.
They do.
They have clothing,
food and stuff.
They own for food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The only things you won't find for the African culture is streets. Asians
they
have
not
streets.
used to streets. Come on,
You know
so
what
I
I'm
think
saying?
he's trying to crack jokes, and I mean, he's not gonna do this. You know, it ain't no damn that many streets over there. They not used to it because they drive bad as fuck.
Asians have streets though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They even have a town. Every state there is an Asian. There's an Asian town.
How the hell do they even get it?
Their community is strong.
Fully functioning. Clinics,
Police,
grocery store, police. Yes, I was over there off of Bel Air, and the Chinese policeman pulled me over.
You gonna get pulled?
Yep.
You don't? Have you ever been to a Bel Air jail, bro?
Oh yeah, I've been to Bel Air jail. Them motherfuckers fed me McDonald's. I was so impressed. Like what? Seriously,
We're fucked up.
Yeah.
As a community.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? They'll feed their people.
Exactly. That's what I said. That man fed me. I still remember that man fed me McDonald's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He brought me an egg McMuffin and all that with the hash brown that morning, and then I got a cheeseburger and fries, lunch and dinner. I went on Macau. That nigga asked me, he was like, "You want to eat now? Or eat later."
That's it.
That was it.
That's it.
It wasn't no 3 times eating. The nigga
Yeah.
said, "You want to eat now? Eat later." I said, "What we eating later?" He told me it was 3 things, and I said,
"That's just how it is." Like even when even the Jews have more presence. Hispanics have way more presence in certain avenues.
Me and my wife shop in the Hispanic stores sometimes. Y'all ever go to La Michicana?
Bro? I'm just saying. If you want some fresh fruit. You want some fresh fruit, meat. Fruit, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You like, all right, man, I really, really want to make her a good Philly cheesesteak sandwich. You can go ahead and get your slice meat. You know what I'm saying?
Cheap. Real sliced meat. Not no shit that was frozen and thawed out.
Yeah.
It just, cause in black communities sometimes think this is like black bashing or like this talk is self-mutilating.
No, we just gotta do better.
It's not. We gotta do better because think about it. You got at some point you gotta ask yourself, and I gotta say this too. Like in some degrees, man, when I'm going through social media just looking, I even see the money that other cultures are putting towards certain innovative things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like who the hell y'all think is putting money towards? Just say for instance things that's well known but not invested.
So okay, I'm gonna give you one example. All right, we have all these black comedians out here, right? Mm-hmm. But we only have one improv.
No, here go another one. We got all these black comedians out here. How many of them want to start their own club?
They don't. They say they want to, but look how great the improv is.
Yeah.
And what type of skin tone the improv is known from. You know what I'm saying? Great establishment. You know what I'm saying? But why can't everybody get together and create that?
And everybody get together to create that, and then another thing is that we got to stop doing, and I think you got to get past titles. Black folks think they doing something because they attach black to it. Black owned business, black owned restaurant, black owned, and all I'm saying is it's like I don't give a fuck about it being black owned. Just make some shit. Like
yes, but then just see how you just said you saying you don't care, but we have to because if we don't attach that, we don't have anything. But without. Like, the only successful thing that we know that's the long going is going to go ahead and be the Breakfast Club. You know what I'm saying? And we know that's black.
But you notice it doesn't say Breakfast Club black owned on the title. It just says Breakfast Club. Correct. That's what I mean. You'll see a comedy club that'll have black owned up there. Black owned comedy
There you
club.
go. That's what you're saying.
So what I'm saying is make things that is black owned.
Correct.
Stop getting caught up on it's black owned. Because what I'm saying is be a black owned establishment. But take their money just as well. Because what I'm saying is, if you go to Cracker Barrel, even though they don't want you in there, but they realize if we let them in, there's still more money in our pockets.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like we was dumb. That's why racism is so primitive, and you could tell that it's something that is still, you got to admit, it was in earlier times when shit wasn't thought out. Because if you figure out how much further you can get just combining, you wouldn't even think of that in that nature. Why you think most... Honestly, to me, the richest people.
I got some news. So this is something that I've seen on social media. I've never really paid attention to it. So so there is a thing called the District Market. You know what I mean? The District Market is 3337 Cypress Creek, Parkway. But it's in Houston, Texas, and this is actually a black-owned like store. You know, it has foods. Like grocery store.
So like it's a strip for black owned?
It's like a whole like establishment.
Where they located at?
You know what I'm saying? So give you heads up. So like I was saying, that's the whole shebang. But to give you go back, I gotta love technology.
Oh, okay.
But that's where they located.
See, this is what I'm saying.
So it's like there's no commercial.
No, it's no commercial.
It's not like
Yeah, like
but
why is this?
It's the word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like is if we don't tell people, how do we go ahead and know? You know what I'm saying? Like Pala Royals is one of those places where like it's not JCPenney's.
Yeah.
But how did they get established?
Palais Royals was made. They was owned by who? I remember them. I used to shop.
They was inside of a mall.
Yep.
But they started off just like Old Navy. They started off small.
Oh, they was small.
You know what I'm saying?
Group. See, and
that's all it takes. But the problem about starting off small, if we don't all tell another person by word of mouth, how do we go ahead and support each other?
And not only that, I pay attention to this. You see a lot of people with money out there be looking for things to invest in. So I be trying to figure out where are those investors at when this place right here is looking for high volume marketing and advertising.
Talking about that.
Yeah, and that's
look at me.
Yeah, you one of them. But but I'm just saying like, so you one of them on this end with this, but just in general, like, man, I done seen people with money go invest their money into something that's not even a black owner simply because they know that thing. Like, you'll see some people be like, man, I just invested my money in a Wingstop. I got me a Wingstop. Right? And I'm just saying, like, you could have, like, but I get it. Wingstop already have a name, so you're buying a name. But I'm like you say, we would never get a name if we don't just start taking the chances on each other. But
there you go.
Then people say shit like, well, man, the black people this, black people that. That's why you gotta research. Nobody told you just
nobody
take the
told
first
you.
person.
Amen.
Research. Go try them out. Go sit down and talk to the
Try.
guy. A conversation will kind of give you the ideal of what you want to do with a person anyway. You have a conversation with them, and you like, this nigga's a clown. Now you got your answer.
Facts.
But a lot of us turn each other down before we even see it. That's why a lot of people I give credit to that actually take a chance on people. Because you just never know. Like, how can you grow if you don't take chances?
That's true.
If you just bottle shit up to the point where you only fuck with what you know, your ass obviously ain't growing.
Correct. That's correct.
You don't know everything. Fuck up.
You have to roll the dice to go ahead and play.
Yeah, you got to.
Well, I mean, that's a black-owned grocery store.
See
you know what I'm saying? So it's called District Market Green Grocery.
District Market Green Grocery in Cypress. Check them boys out. And I'm looking for some good groceries, too.
Yeah, man, definitely. Well, to end the podcast, man, I'll go ahead and to tell you these things again. Like, what's the difference from compassion and passion?
You asking me what's the difference between you asking for an answer, or you already know it?
No. I'm just asking for an answer. Like, because if you take away calm from passion, how is it related? Even though it's like these words can spell the same thing, and you just put COM on it.
And you get a whole different meaning.
Yeah, get a whole different meaning.
I can explain that to you. I was kind of disturbing because I for to pause you because you said come. Got that out the way.
Pause.
All right, yeah, pause. But nah, compassion and passion is kind of similar in a sense, but I think what changes the two. Now, you got the politically correct reason because they put come on the front, so that's like compound word and all the other shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the difference between the two is I feel like passion is more of the individual essence of your emotions, and compassion is the more social. So, because you have compassion for people.
Correct.
You individually have passion for things.
Correct.
So when you're acting like when you speaking of passion, I feel like it's more of how that individual emotions is for whatever it is.
Yeah.
And compassion is the capacity to have similar for outside.
Gotcha.
Like I have compassion for 420 in his business and the podcast and all that other shit. I got compassion for Joe, but at the same time, like when it comes to passion, I think that's just my own emotional drive, I guess.
No, I like that. I like that because it's like I got passion for like the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Passion that like, okay, well, this is something like I like doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like going ahead and doing, and it's like you have to have that for it to go a long way. You know what I'm saying? The compassion is like you said. Yeah, you want to have compassion for our audience to go ahead. You can't go ahead and say the wrong thing to offend somebody. The compassion behind, like you said, like I do care of people's thoughts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, if they say like, hey man, like y'all should do, that's the compassion for other people's thoughts behind it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that definitely helps. So the reason why I had to ask that is because one of my friends, Gagani told me about it itself, and then somebody else brought about the same thing.
He said he did what to himself?
He asked about like compassion and passion.
Oh, well, it was there.
Yeah, and then another friend asked the same thing because it's like, man, you have passion towards your business, but you also have to, it's hard for you to have passion towards your business and have compassion towards others because it slows down your business. You know what I'm saying? Because you can think about other people, but that's how it is. It's like when people don't have that same type of passion towards you, you kind of slow down your narrative. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for example, you're doing for me, I'm doing a pop-up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People go ahead and do pop-ups at events, and yes, I have passion in my business, but I have compassion of like if it's 7 vendors in here, I want to go ahead and show compassion that I'm gonna go ahead and go around the table and just I gotta spend something with you. I gotta give you something because in the same hand, that's how you go ahead and generate like rapport. If you spend something with me, I'm gonna spend something with you, or just I should just show support based off regardless because that's compassion towards what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody else talking about it, I'm like, all right, that's 2 people. I got to at least say something about it to see, get a different opinion on it just to see. Like,
yeah, because a good way to explain it, how I always break passion and compassion down. Passion is like, I love football. I love the sport of football. Compassion in meaning I love and I respect other people that love football. I have to have that compassion. Because if you go play football with just passion and no compassion, you're an individual man out there. You don't give a fuck about nobody.
You don't give a fuck.
You kind of acting like T.O. was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what you get. Or kind of how Dion was for a brief moment where I'm Dion, I'm the team. Nigga, it's David Ruffers and the Temptations. See what I'm saying? He didn't have compassion for them, but he just had passion for singing.
That's it.
See what I'm saying?
That's it, yeah.
So it's like you kind of gotta have both, because if you don't have compassion for what you have passion in, I mean, you'll be the best at what you be, but lonely.
By yourself.
Yeah, you be by yourself with it. We know a lot of people out here like that now. Don't want to work, don't want to do shit with people because they don't got the compassion for them other people. But you got a passion for what you trying to do. So you gotta have compassion. It's just like, I mean, it's like love and in love.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You can love somebody to a certain degree, but if you don't never fall in love with them, that's when love can leave. People talking about love don't never go away. Yes, it is. If you fall out of love itself can go away.
No bullshit. No bullshit. Man,
I'm just saying. When especially as a man, you get to the point where you don't even want to poke her. You don't want to diddy her no more.
It's over.
I love her, but it's like they ended on that. Just like, man, look, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers we miss.
For real, if we didn't say it, happy Mother's Day to you.
You got it late or
early,
somebody thought about you as a mother. So do not be that mother where you just mad because
I know God dang it, digging it darn well.
Yep.
I'm not going to go ahead. It's going to be several people that's not going to go ahead and get happy Father's Day.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, just being honest.
And for Mother's Day and Father's Day, I haven't been able to say it to my mama, man, in over 20 years. And this will be the first Father's Day without no father to call. So it's like, man, like I say, she got it late, and I'm saying that to her, no disrespect to you, sweetheart. You got it late. It's some people not even getting it late because they not even here. So you should be glad.
You at least getting.
You should be glad you at least getting it. So,
boy.
Man, good shit, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Boy, you all right, boy. All right, man. We out.
Already.